Shrouded Fable gets too much hate.
What did he say?
Shrouded Fables on Reddit, YouTube, Pokemon forums, anywhere that you can think of always gets a ton of hate, but let's see just how bad it really is or if it's worth it. If you're like me, it's becoming almost impossible to find any good Elite Trainer boxes or anything really related to any kind of Pokemon cards. So most likely if you go to your local retail store, you're going to see a box of the Shrouded Fable set. So we're going to talk about the history, we're going to open up this box, see if it's any good, and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions on this box. If you're new to Pokemon, when you get an Elite Trainer box, most of the time you're going to get 9 booster packs, a foil art promo, card sleeves, energy cards, a player's guide, dice, coin flip die, 2 plastic condition markers, a collector's box, and then of course your code cards. So let's talk about the history. This set is directly tied to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, more specifically the game's first DLC, the Till Mask. In that expansion, players are introduced to the tranquil village of Kitakami, a place steeped in folklore, mask, and legend, but beneath the peaceful surface lies a darker tale. At the heart of that tale is Pecharunt, a new mythical Pokemon introduced in the DLC. It's a ghostly, poisonous being who manipulates others with enchanted chains. Its story centers on how it controls 3 Pokemon who were long revered as heroes: Unkadoji, Munkidori, and Fizandipiti, collectively known as the Loyal Three. From its name alone, Shrouded Fable, we are told what to expect: a concealed truth, a mythical retelling, and something darker than what's come before. In that way, Shrouded Fable isn't just a set, it's a self-contained storybook. It captures a specific moment in Pokemon history when the games took a risk on deeper folklore, and the game followed suit. Whether or not it becomes a collector's favorite, Shrouded Fable will always be remembered as a set that dared to whisper a different kind of legend. So now that we've talked a little bit about the history, it's time to open up this Elite Trainer box and see what we can find. Right off the bat, the artwork is really cool. You have the Loyal 3 on the very top. You get this really cool purple and green color on it, and just really overall like the looks of this. And when you first open up the pack, of course you're going to have the book. So this really just shows you some of the cards that you can find. Of course, every Elite Trainer box is going to have this, and there's some really cool cards in here, some that I would love to hopefully open up in this pack. And you know, some people don't really think that this artwork for this particular set is any kind of, you know, has any kind of specialness to it, but I think it's really special, and I like the lore behind this particular set. Taking off the divider right here, just going to go through this real quickly of what you have in here. And again, if you've never opened up one of these before, you're going to have a bunch of energies. Not going to use those. Again, to match the color, you have the dice. And then right here you have some dividers. Always good to have some dividers. And then you have the foil promo for this set. Put that right back in there. Then you have your protectors, card protectors that you can use. You have these, but the real star of the show are the cards. You get 9. Let's go ahead and open them up. So if you're new to the channel, every time I open up a card pack, I always like to talk about the first card that I pull and talk a little bit about the history of that particular Pokemon. There's the code card, put the energy on the front, and our first one of the day is Houndoom, which is a dual type dark and fire Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. It evolves from Houndour at level 2, and it's known as the Dark Pokemon. Its design is inspired by hellhounds, often linked to death and the underworld. So cool card there. Tell me what you think of my first pack. Was it a good one? Let's move on to the second pack. I also get all of my values for the cards that you're going to see through price charting and also eBay sold listing. Take this code card if you want it, put the energy up at the front, and Croagunk, which is a dual type poison and fighting Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. It's known for its toxic cheek pouches. Those puffed up sacs actually store poison. In battle, it uses the poison to jab foes with moves like Poison Jab and Venoshock. It's based on the real life Poison Dart frogs. So pretty cool card there. That wraps up this pack. Let's go ahead and move on to pack number 3. For this one, I'm going to try to get this one open right right here. And so far, like some of the cards that I pulled, there's your code card if you would like it, and put the energy. So our first card in this pack, okay, so it's the same. Okay, so the first one in here is Stuffle. So don't be fooled by its cute plushy appearance. Stuffle is a normal fighting type Pokemon introduced in Generation 7. It looks like a toy, but comes from the name Stuffed Animal and Scuffle. So there we have Stuffle, and there we have our fourth pack. Let's move on to the next pack that we have here, and that is our code card. I'm going to give that out again. I never use these code cards, so if anybody wants to use these, be my guest. Let's see what our first Pokemon. Okay, so we have Cuffant, which is a Steel-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 8. It's inspired by a baby elephant with a twist. Its body is made of copper, which slowly oxidizes over time, turning parts of it green, just like real copper statues. It uses a super strong trunk to dig and carry heavy loads, making it a useful Pokemon at construction sites. Moving on to our next pack here, and really like how the packs actually look. Really do like the art style of this particular set. Oh, okay, so let's put the energy on top. Got a little sneak peek, and that sneak peek shows Moweth, which is a classic normal type Pokemon introduced in the first generation. It's famous for its love of shiny things, especially coin, and its signature move, Payday, scatters money after a battle, which fits its greedy personality. In the show, Moweth is the only Team Rocket member who can talk like a human, and that's thanks to teaching itself speech to impress a girl. Moving on to the next pack. Let's see what we find in here. Just got to get it open. Sometimes, just try to do it. Just doesn't work out. The first Pokemon that we have is Horsey. It's a water-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 1. It's based off of of course, seahorse, and it's very agile underwater. It swims by rapidly flapping its fins and can even shoot ink to escape predators, kind of like a squid. In the Pokedex, it's known for its accuracy with bubble and smokescreen, and when threatened, it can curl its tail around coral to stay anchored in rough waters. Next pack coming up. You know, this pack, this set doesn't have the best reviews online, but I'm enjoying it so far. Let's see who we have. Okay, Varoom. It's a dual type steel poison Pokemon introduced in in Generation 9. It's literally based off of a revving engine. This tiny Pokemon powers itself by ingesting toxic substance. It runs on pure pollution.
Oh my God!
Wasn't expecting to see this one here. This is actually one of my chase cards from this particular set, so very happy about finding that one. Gonna go ahead and put this one in a sleeve just to protect it, and then gonna go ahead and put it in a top loader. Very happy that I was able to pull this. One of my favorite pulls from this set. All right, so we're moving on to our next pack right here. Hopefully I find something just as good as the previous pack, and let's see who we will get in this one. We are on our 8th pack, and let's see who we get. Okay, so we have Furfrou, which is a normal type Pokemon introduced in Generation 6. It's known for its luxurious poodle-like fur, but here's the cool part. Its appearance can be styled into 10 different trims at special grooming stations, salons in the Kalos region. It's originally used in guard royalty, so that's pretty cool in there. Let's move on to our last pack of this set, see if we can top what we got a few packs ago. I'm gonna open this up. Feel free to take that code card. Enjoying myself pretty well. I just messed up there a little bit. But our first one for this one is Seadra, which is a water type Pokemon and the evolved form of Horsey, introduced in Generation 1. It's known for its sharp spines and powerful water blast, and it can swim backwards by rapidly beating its fins. It has a unique ability to absorb water through its gills and shoot it with pinpoint accuracy, perfect for Hydro Pump.
Ooh, shiny.
So now it's time for the recap. These are all the cards that I pulled. I'm going to talk about the value. Of course, the best card that I pulled is this one right here. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So looking back at the Shrouded Fable, I paid a total of this for the entire box. Going one by one, this is the value of this first pack, the second pack, the third pack, The 4th pack is worth this, the 5th pack is worth that, the 6th pack there, 7th pack here, 8th pack there, and then the final pack is worth this. So for everything, it has a total value of this. So that's what I paid, that's what it's worth, and this is what I have left. So tell me if you think this pack is worth it just from the cards that I pulled. Very excited about this one that I got. Definitely the best one by far. Excited to get this one graded. Not a huge value, about $60 with a PSA 10, but I will be giving away this card. So if you would like to win this card, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I will be picking a random person that does all 3 of those things to ship this card to, and hope you enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's do the final recap here. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe, and don't forget that giveaway.